In this tutorial, we're going to walk you through the steps of creating your first league on simracerhub.com and then setting up your points, your series, your seasons, and even uploading your results. We're going to cover a lot of ground here and hopefully move through pretty quickly, so feel free to pause it and work along as you go. So first off, we're going to assume that you do not have an account or a league on simracerhub.com. So we will go to the Leagues tab and create a new league. On this page, you're going to fill out this simple form. Your email address will be used to send you your login credentials, and this number down here is just to make sure that you are indeed human. So once you fill out the required fields and hit create a league, you will be taken to the edit league page. And we're going to jump over to our dev site where I've already done that and logged in. And here we are on our edit league page for our SimRacer Hub tutorial league. Now here we can enter in basically the same information that was on the create a league page. We can also customize it with the time zone of your league, your date and time format. The first thing that we're going to do for this league is we're going to define some point schemes. You can find that here on the edit league page. We're going to go to the point schemes tab, and we're going to set up actually 3 point schemes here. The first point scheme will be race points, and this is going to be a points position system, and we're going to apply a template, and we're going to use the standard NASCAR template, and that'll fill it in 40, 35, 34, etc. for the positions finishes. There's also other options for point systems as well as bonus points and penalty points that you can take advantage of. Once we're happy with what we have set up, we're just going to scroll down and hit save changes, and that'll update that point scheme. We're going to do one more point scheme, and we will call it stage points. And kind of similar, we're going to do a points position system, and we will do the standard NASCAR top 10 points for stages. And that's all there is to it. So we will save our changes there. And so now you'll see we have 2 point schemes options. We're going to add one more, and we're just going to name it qual points, because in this scenario I want to add some bonus points to the top 3 starters. So we'll give them 3, 2, 1, and save. Now once we've done that, we're ready to create our first series within this league. So we'll use this league drop down up here. We'll go to the drop down and go to series. We will create a series. Now we're going to pull from a past series that I've used. And so we will just call this Next Gen. And we want to tie this to our iRacing account, where we will select our league here. Now, I'm only the admin of one league on iRacing, but if you have 3 or 4, they will all show up right here. So we're going to do that, and we will create the series. Once we've created the series, we want to create a season. So we will go to seasons here and create our first season, and we'll just call it season 1. And then we want to select the iRacing season that we are tying to this SimRacer Hub season. In this case, I'm going to select my TNT Season 3 Next Gen, which matches up with what we're doing here. And I'm also going to tick this Import Sessions box. Now what that does is it imports details from any session that you have already created, whether it's past or future, in iRacing, and it's going to pull them into the schedule for this season on SimRacer Hub. So when we add season, it'll take just a minute here. And before we get to this edit season page, let's hop over and look at the schedule page, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So this page is already pre-filled out. Now all these races happened in the past because this is an old league, but regardless, it's going to fill in a lot of the information about the races that were run. We're going to go back to this edit league page, or edit season, I'm sorry. And we're going to go to the points settings tab. Now from here, we want to define which point schemes that we're going to use. So for the main race points, we are indeed going to use the race points scheme. And then for the stage points, we're going to use the stage points scheme. Now, the stages, we're going to say this is standard NASCAR, and we're going to do 2 stages. You can always add, delete, or adjust stages on the upload screen, but we're going to go with this for now. You can see that there's many other options available on the site, and we're just kind of scratching the surface here, but we're working through it. But a lot of things such as drop races, allow negative points, things like that are many options on this site that you may use. So we'll go ahead and save the changes here. And then we will go back to our schedule and upload our first result. So our first race was at Daytona on February 3rd. So we're going to go over here to this green arrow, and we will click that. And this is going to pull up the session information from iRacing. Now this is connected with iRacing's API, so it pulls the data directly. You don't have to export any files or import any files. So in this scenario, we're going to pull in each session just for the terms of looking at it. Now for qualifying, we want to use our qualifying point scheme. Practice, we're not going to assign any points, but we do want to see what they did in qualifying. And then you can see that our stages are already set up with stage points assigned and then race points for the final stage. And we're just going to import the results. Now, if you're a SimRacer Hub veteran, you'll see that this screen is quite a bit different than what we've seen in the past. But we've been doing a lot of work in the background to update the results page. And so you'll see that now we have tabs for race, qualify, practice, that you can quickly look through and see the results for each session. Additionally, on the race screen, you can scroll down and see the stage finishes, as well as any points that were assigned for those finishes. Last but not least, let's take a look at the standings page just to see how those points are pulled over here. If you go to the race by race standings, you'll see now that we'll show the race points, the stage points, and then the bonus and penalty points, which we don't have any of here in this scenario. You can also do many other things with the site, including uploading heat races and assigning point schemes to those finishes. And like I said, this quick tutorial is just scratching the surface of what the site can do, but hopefully it gives you a good understanding of stepping through and getting your first league up and going.